Chapter 7. They are all in danger. I suspected you had crept into your cave again, Xanthippus said. What did Xanthippus want with them? Mucius wondered. He had come to the cave only once before, and that had been once when Rufus had been in trouble. Did their teacher want to help them again? But how could he have known they needed his help? Xanthippus peered around the cave with disapproval. It had offended him the last time, too. "Give me that chair there," he said, pointing to an old easy chair. Rufus and Flavius dragged over the heavy chair. Disgustedly, Xanthippus beat off the dust with his walking stick, then carefully let himself down. He probably still was remembering the dangerously wobbling crate the boys had offered him to sit on during his first visit here. "Out with the truth," he said, banging his cane on the floor. "What have you done wrong this time?" "Why do you ask?" Mucius ventured. "With Xanthippus you never knew exactly whether you had sinned or not. I swear by Castor and Pollux, we haven't done anything wrong." "Aha," Xanthippus said. "So you also believe that old maxim, the greater the lie, the more readily believed. The police came to see me about you." "The police?" Caius and Rufus cried. "You're supposed to have dumped a jug of honey over somebody's head at the forum," Xanthippus said angrily. "Don't you know honey is expensive?" The boys laughed. "Quiet!" Xanthippus thundered. Still looking at them fiercely, he said, "The man nearly smothered to death." "It was particularly sticky honey," Publius said. "The man wasn't a man. He was a conspirator," Antonius cried. "He wanted to steal Udo from us," Julius said. "We were only defending ourselves." Xanthippus cast a hasty glance at Udo, who was sitting on the ground, listening intently. "Why didn't you take the slave back to Callan the first thing this morning, as I told you to?" "We wanted to, but we couldn't," Mucius said. He told why they couldn't return Udo. "Then you should have come to me immediately and asked for my advice," Xanthippus said. "But you didn't want him," Caius said defiantly. "If you'd kept him, the police wouldn't be after us now." Surprisingly, Xanthippus allowed this remark to pass without reproach. "I didn't reveal who you are to the policeman," was all he said. They'd gone to other schools earlier and asked about 6 or 7 boys who had attacked a man in the forum. Short and to the point, I told them it couldn't have been you because you'd been sitting in school in my sight all morning. The boys snickered again. "I hope that lie is big enough," Publius whispered to Flavius. "I'm no police informer," Xanthippus continued, "but your behavior in public is, again, the best illustration of your appalling lack of discipline. I'm going to see your parents tonight and have a serious word with them." The boys were scarcely overjoyed by that prospect. "Master Xanthus," Mucius pleaded, "please don't go to our parents. You don't yet know everything. Only by the grace of the gods did we rescue Udo from that man's clutches. It's possible that we've prevented a heinous crime." Xanthippus was astonished. "By Pythia, you speak in riddles, Mucius." "It is all my fault, noble master," Udo broke in. Xanthippus was more astonished than ever. "What? All at once the fellow can speak," he said. "He only pretended to be mute out of fear," said Julius hastily. "And he even speaks in excellent Latin," Xanthippus added a little more mildly. He surveyed Udo with curiosity. "Mucius," he said, "why do you think that possibly you're preventing a heinous crime?" "Master Xanthus," Flavius cried, "we're afraid one of our fathers is going to be murdered." Xanthippus's eyes widened in surprise. "What? Why? What are you saying?" "All of our lives are in danger," Rufus said. "Yours too, Master Xanthus," Antonius said. "Once the ex-gladiator finds out who you are, he might break in on us in school and kill you too, at the same time." "Curb your loose tongue," Xanthippus said. "Your imagination is carrying you away again." Even so, he looked at the boys rather uneasily. "Mucius, tell me here and now, what is this all about?" "I'm sorry, Master Xanthus," Mucius said. The story is hard to believe, and everything is still swirling around in my head." "Pull yourself together," said Xanthippus. "After all, you want to be a great orator some day. Till now you've always been halfway decent in the essay. Order your thoughts. Cato, the famous statesman, has said, 'Master the material, the words will follow.'" "That's just it, Master Xanthos. The material is so complicated that I don't know where to start." Mucius went on to tell a somewhat rambling story of Udo's adventure at the cemetery, his flight through the city, and his encounter with the drunken gladiators who sold him to Callan. Finally, he explained about the letter in the cloak that Udo had left lying in a cellar somewhere. Xanthippus remained silent. He stroked his pointed beard thoughtfully. "I wanted to warn our fathers, Xanthos," Julius said. "There are 900 senators in the Senate. Why should it coincidentally be one of our fathers who's threatened?" "My dear students, let's think logically," Xanthippus said with concern. The boys were happy. Xanthippus was sensible and seemed to want to help them. "At the moment there are 876 senators in the Senate," he went on. "Of those, only 25 or 30 are famous. All the others, in my view anyway, are superfluous. Unfortunately, our honored emperor has deemed it necessary to pack the Senate with his pitiful favorites. Among them, nauseating play actors, bloodthirsty gladiators, and from what I've heard, he even made one of his cooks a senator." The boys instinctively looked over at the entrance in fear. Had anybody happened to overhear what Xanthippus was saying, their tutor now would be as good as dead. Xanthippus resumed without a qualm. "Of the 25 or 30 famous senators, half are famous, only for having killed other senators." Antonius piped up. "My father even knew 2 senators who killed each other in an argument over where to hang their cloaks in the Senate corridor." "Quiet!" Xanthippus commanded. "Therefore that leaves just 15 senators who rightly can be called famous, and your fathers are numbered among them. According to mathematical laws of probability, the numerical proportion is 1 to 1, and the chance that one of your fathers is meant is high. Do you understand all this?" "I'm afraid so," Julius said with a sigh.